Hi, my name is Instructor Kevin Stagg, and this is a brief orientation video to help get you started in my courses. So in this particular video, I'm going to cover a few things. I'm going to examine course layout in Blackboard. Whether you're a ground class or an online class, my courses have all material provided for you up front in Blackboard, and Blackboard is the place you'll go to submit work, to get course material, and to review course material. Inside Blackboard, I have a menu system, and this menu system, called Course Menu, has several categories: the course menu, the course submission and grades section, the course material section, a course help section, and Angelina College resources. And at the end of this video, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about some key elements on the course syllabus and why that might be important to you. So let's begin by looking at the course in Blackboard. Again, whether you're a ground class or an online class, everything that you need for the course is provided for you inside Blackboard. So if you go into a typical course of mine, this is what you're going to find. And so this is an English course, a Composition 2 course that I'm using as an example. Inside, you'll see the menu items that I referenced: the course menu, the course submissions and grades section, the course materials section, a course help section, and then the final section that contains Angelina College resources. So under each of these, and I'm going to talk about these just very quickly, for instance, under the main course menu here at the top, there's instructor information. You can get information about me, general information about the course, how to contact me, that kind of stuff is all contained right there. Announcements, this is the home page for the course, and you can see the announcements section right here. So this is when you open your course, this is what you'll see in the announcements section. I use this section to give just-in-time information to all participants in the class. For instance, if I have a new instructional video, I'll post it up in my announcement section, or if I have information I need to give to the class, reminders or weekly updates on due dates and things like that, that all will be posted to the announcement section. You can access any announcement at any time in this section. This will contain content that I never delete. So if you need to go back, simply go back and look at more announcements, and you can see every announcement from the beginning of the course till the course's completion. Additionally, when I send out major announcements that pertain to the whole class, I will email those announcements to you in your Angelina College email account. So that keeps you involved in the course. It helps keep you up to date on new information or additional information. A lot of times I'll just post secondary information that might help you study or help you guide you through a process or whatever is going on during that week. So announcements, it's a great place to look to get important information. Of course, the course syllabus and schedule is here. I'm going to show you that in just a minute, but the syllabus and schedule is the foundation for the entire course. That's where all the information is, when things are due, what days they're due on. It outlines my grading policy and any other policy pertaining to the course. So we'll look at that in just a second. Under course submissions and grades, you'll see weekly modules and grades. And in some cases, if this is an online course, you might see a discussion section. In this case, it's not an online course, so there's no discussion section. But under weekly modules, this is the location that you will go to turn in any coursework in this course. In other words, you don't submit coursework to me through email. You don't bring coursework to me to submit in a class context. Everything is submitted through Blackboard under weekly modules. That's a really important detail. I don't accept coursework any other way. Under grades, you can always access your grades there anytime. During the process of taking my course, your grades will always be available. Under course materials, this is the place where you might find outside reading if that's part of your course. a section to detail labs if that's part of your course. In some courses I have group assignments. You might find those here, and details on writing assignments, and of course PowerPoint. So any PowerPoint that I use in the process of any time during the course is here for you immediately to look at. So if you miss a lecture, you can go look at the PowerPoint. If you want to review something that you're not real clear on, go check out the PowerPoint. They're always there from the beginning of the course till the end. Under course help, if you need MLA review, there's a location for that here. If you're struggling with grammar and style, there are some links to some places that might be helpful. In some cases, with some of my courses, I provide study guides, so you might find that there. And then how-to videos. This is a relatively new section in most of my courses, but if I post a video that's designed as an instructional video for you, this is the place to access it. I put all my videos both here and in many cases inside the announcements section as well. Videos that I make usually detail, like this one, course orientation, or maybe a process to go through to write or complete a major assignment. It's really important that you take time to watch videos, especially if I post them in the announcement section. They're not intended to be optional. If it's an online class, for example, that video is literally taking place of my course lecture, which is very important. If it's a ground class, a face-to-face class, then that video is just a reminder in case you get home and maybe you forgot how to do something. You can check out that video and review some of the processes required to complete the course. And then finally, Angelina College resources. Here you can see links for Blackboard training, the Angelina College library. If you need to do research for a portion of the course, you can click Angelina College library, go straight to the databases and do research right here within the Blackboard environment. Additionally, there's the stack tutoring calendar. If you wish to seek tutoring at Angelina College, there's free tutoring provided through the library, the calendar for the tutoring, and I believe to make reservations or an appointment rather can be accomplished right there. And so those are some resources that are available and offered for the college outside of the course that might be helpful. So I encourage you as a student to take the time, poke around in each of these categories, open them up, look at them, read the information that's in there, and make sure you're familiar with locations of items and the kinds of information that are in there. If you email me and ask me a question about the course, where to find something or how to get something or where to submit something, I'm going to refer you back to the course menu. So it's important that you understand what is there and what that means for you as a student. At this point, I would like to go to the course syllabus. And so you can access the course syllabus by selecting the course syllabus right there, opening the course syllabus. It will, of course, download to your computer. You can print it, save it, whatever you want to do with it, but you'll have access to that course syllabus. It's really important. Like I said, everything in this course is built upon the syllabus schedule, and so it's really important that you refer to the syllabus for all due dates, assignments, and anything that's part of the course. So to start with, this is the way to get in contact with me. You can see that, of course, my physical office is in the Liberal Arts Building 103D. The best way to contact me, though, is always through email. Please email me anytime, day or night. I'll be happy to respond to you if you ask me a question. If you're just giving me information, I may not respond, but if you're asking me a question, I'm fairly prompt. Make sure you use your Angelina College email address to email me. Don't use a private or a personal email account. Moving through the course, if there are textbooks required, those are detailed here under section 5. In most of my syllabi, it's section 5 or section 6, but if you scroll down, that's always here, so you can look at the course textbook information. Notice that there are ISBN numbers provided, so if you'd like to order your textbook, You can order that textbook from outside sources using the ISBN number to make sure you get the correct one. This is a section here a little further down on academic assistance. If you require any kind of academic assistance, you must apply for that ahead of time. I cannot provide academic assistance for students unless they go through this process. That process is detailed here. As a college student, you must self-identify, and once you do and go through this process, I will receive the appropriate paperwork, and then I can assist you where you may need assistance. But until I get that, I can't do anything. And if you wait, for instance, halfway through the semester and apply for your paperwork, I can't go back and apply those accommodations retroactively. So make sure that you do that before the course gets started. Other policies, you might read through some of this. Some of this includes descriptions of major assignments and things of that nature. Section 6 on this particular syllabus gives you a basic course outline that shows you what's going to be happening in the weeks ahead. This is a summer syllabus, so it's only 6 weeks. In a full semester, a spring or fall semester, it would be 16 weeks. A little further down, you can see here how I evaluate the course. In other words, how many assignments there are and how many points you can receive for those assignments. The total point of value possible in the course is 1,000 points, and the point breakdown is right below, describing how many points you need to earn certain letter grades. Below that, you'll find important dates: when the class begins, when the last day to withdraw occurs, and of course final exams. And then right below that, the course schedule, and this is the part that works hand in hand with Blackboard, and I'll show you how in just a second. So in most of my syllabi, you're going to see information detailing what you will read, weekly task, for instance, and then under that you'll find information about what is due. In this case, items are due by Sunday at 11 p.m. Depending on whether this is a fall class, a spring class, or summer class, that due date may be different. So make sure you consult your syllabus for all upcoming due dates. They are clearly indicated there. So that's week 1. You can see week 2 with various reading assignments and items due by the end of that week, week 3, and so forth. Now this works right in line with Blackboard, because as you move through the syllabus, you'll see week 1, week 2, week 3. If you, for instance, are in week 1 and you come down here and realize that you have 3 things that are due this week, you can go into weekly modules. Under week 1, you will see those same items here with a little more details about what you need to know before you submit each item. So for instance, if you're going to submit lab number 1, when you get ready to submit your lab, you've got it typed up, you've got it ready to go, you've followed all the directions. You can select that icon. It tells you when that item's due. You can also view a rubric that shows you exactly what I'm going to grade you against each category here, so you can double check your assignment to make sure you have everything in place. And then once you have looked at the rubric and you've checked to make sure that you're following all directions for submission, you can browse your computer, attach your document. Once you attach that document, it will show here. You'll see the document indicated there. After you ensure that your document is attached, come down here and hit submit, and your item will be submitted. It's important to remember that all files in this course, and you can see a reminder here, must be in .pdf or .doc format. These are the only formats that work with Blackboard. The required software for this course is, of course, Microsoft Office Word. If you're using some other kind of a word processing software, you may not get the results that you intend. Microsoft Office Word works with Blackboard, but for instance, Google Docs has some problems with formatting when it is saved and transferred to Blackboard. So I do require Microsoft Office Word. If you're not using Microsoft Office Word, you need to make sure that you find a way to get your files to a computer with Microsoft Office Word, check your formatting, and save your document in the correct way before you submit it. Any issues with document formatting that are a result of not using Microsoft Office Word are on you. So make sure that you have the correct software. If you need to type a comment about your particular assignment, you can type it there so that I can read it when I receive your file. And then once you've got everything in place, of course, hit submit and your file will be submitted. If you want to double check that, it's a good idea to do so. You can go into grades right under weekly modules, and for instance, if you've submitted lab number 1, you will be able to see right here a green icon indicating that it's waiting to be graded, and you can open the document back up and see it. If you can see it, I can see it. If you can't see it, I can't see it. So it's a good idea to double check. Once I grade your assignment, you will receive a grade value here. You can come back into this section, click on the grade, open the document back up, and see all kinds of feedback that I may provide for each item that I've graded. So remember, everything that you submit in this course must be submitted through weekly modules. You may not email me coursework, and your grades can be viewed and your document can be reviewed here. One final note on the syllabus. As you move through the syllabus, the very last section is called methodology. It's really important that you read all of this very, very carefully. This details my late assignment policy. It also details what happens if you fail to meet minimum assignment requirements. All my minimum assignments are detailed very specifically. So for instance, if you fail to use MLA 8 and you give me APA for documentation or MLA 7 on any portion of the assignment, I begin grading at 50% and grade down. If you fail to meet minimum page number expectations, for instance, 2.8 is not 3.0, so you must meet my minimum page number expectations. If you do not, I will begin grading at 50% and grade down. Failure to meet minimum source requirements. If there's outside source requirements, follows the same pattern. And failure to submit the required assignment approach. So it's really important that you pay careful attention to assignments as they're made. Make sure you understand what's being expected. And if you do not, email me and I will help you understand what you need to know to get those assignments in and do them correctly. While this does seem like it's a pretty large penalty, all of these things are easily avoided. Simply giving me 3 pages or maybe a few lines on the 4th page is a way to avoid the minimum requirement penalty. Making sure you have the right amount of sources, don't cut me short, and make sure that you're doing the assignment that's being asked. And those are pretty simple guidelines that are very straightforward in the course and easy to follow and of course overcome without receiving that kind of penalty. But make sure that you look over this. For instance, there's information on classroom property, technology, and general methods of grading. So that's all I'm going to discuss in this video. There will be additional videos for various assignments. But if you have any questions at any time in this course, just remember I'm an email away and I'll be happy to assist you. Good luck getting started.